Hey guys and gals, this is Spearfield7 today bringing you another YouTube video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Call of Duty World War II. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to rate and comment and subscribe. I am going to be posting more content, a little bit of a life note. I've started a new job. I'm actually working on a show that's coming out next month, I think is when it's going to be premiering. I'm editing a couple episodes of that show, so I've been working full-time at the facility where they're producing the show, and so my time has been a lot more limited, and I've been playing kind of in my spare time. Friday night I posted a little montage of all my favorite clips in NBA 2K18. Be sure to check that out. I'm going to be linking it down in the description below. But today we're going to talk a little bit about Call of Duty World War II, and I hate to say this. I don't know why I hate to say this, but I'm actually having a pretty decent time playing this game. You know, I think Call of Duty is like the Mafia, or like a street gang or something. Just when you think you're out the game, they pull you back in somehow. And that's kind of the case this year. I do think that there's a lot of problems with the game. For instance, there's only 9 base maps, which I find kind of unacceptable in this day and age. I guess they had more, but they've cut them out of the game to add them to DLC. Also, I don't like the supply drop system, but I do think that it's a lot more fair this year, and the proof is in the pudding. I got like 7 or 8 heroic and epic weapons just after playing pretty casually over the past 2 weeks. So it does seem that, like, if there's something that you want in the game, there is ways for you to earn it by saving up your armory credits, whatever. I don't really play in 6-man party sweaty groups in domination and hardpoint and other stuff. I've tried out the campaign. I've played a couple scenes or a couple chapters of the campaign. I think the campaign's very solid. It looks amazing. The graphics that they're able to push on the PS4 are pretty amazing by my standards. The zombies mode is awesome. I really like the old school Black Ops zombies, and this has kind of a different feel to it, but I've had a lot of fun playing a couple matches of zombies. And as far as the multiplayer, it doesn't really feel like a COD game this year. It feels, and it's not because of the jetpacks of the recent games, but it just feels like it has its own new style that it's trying to push. And there's a particular game mode in this game, War Mode, that I think is absolutely incredible. It is an amazing game mode, and if you have the game, I would suggest you play it more. It's one of the best ways to rank up your player right now. It offers the most amount of XP, and this video is ultimately kind of an appreciation video of the War Mode, because I think it's a game mode that Call of Duty's needed for a really long time, as far as trying to set the culture of the game a little more appropriately. Call of Duty is a very competitive shooter. In one respect, I think it's a very casual game, and I don't think it's a very skill-based game in comparison to a lot of other multiplayer titles. But the COD experience that you're looking for is in this game. No other game, I think, has that kind of adrenaline-fueled, quick, instant gratification that Call of Duty does. But talking about the War Mode, it's a game mode that I think the franchise has needed for about 5 years, strictly because it's an objective-based game mode, and it's forcing you to play the objective. So often when you're a solo player or you're playing in smaller groups and you go into lobbies where there's full teams of very talented players and they just basically bully the crap out of you, it's not a whole lot of fun. So what they did with War Mode, and I think is really fascinating, it's kind of taking a page out of the Battlefield 1 playbook now that I'm thinking about it, is that it creates an objective game mode where you can do a lot of stuff. You can have that classic Call of Duty instant gratification, and there are just some moments you can get in War Mode that are just amazing and feel great when they happen. I'm going to show one right now. But basically, it's an objective game mode where there are 2 or 3 phases per map. There's 3 war maps. One of them is the D-Day invasion, which I think is really fascinating and interesting. But it's an objective-based game mode, so it's like you have to escort a tank to a particular objective point, and then you have to steal gas, and then you have to fuel up the tank, and then you have to escort it to the finish line so that it can, you know, destroy some sort of enemy setup. I really like that there's no time limit to this stuff for the most part. There's kind of caps on particular objectives, but I've had a couple 100+ gameplays already this year and had a lot of great moments, had a lot of great fun. And it's a game mode where you're gonna die a lot, but it doesn't impact your KD at all. Typically, I think the COD franchise has kind of lost its way in that how people play the game. People kind of play it like Destiny, you know, they'll like hit you with a couple bullets, they'll hide behind a wall, throw a grenade at you, hope to blow you up, and it's just basically people play a lot more passively. They post up a lot more. It doesn't have the kind of run and gun rushing game style that I've appreciated in CODs of the past. But I love this game mode because you can be okay with dying a lot. You can actually try to help your team. And I've noticed that as I try to play the objective, which I try to do in all game modes, people start to feel guilty and start to join you in playing the objective because they just see you getting slaughtered over and over again. So it's very much has a Band of Brothers vibe. It very much is a team-based game mode, and people can kind of put aside the typical Call of Duty BS of just like, oh, my KD, my stats, whatever, etc., etc., and just actually have fun playing a team-based game where everybody has a common goal to win the game, and you can have so many great plays in it that count towards your like headshot medals for gun camos, for challenges, to get calling cards. I'm a challenge guy. I like to try to 100% the game. But over the past week, I've just been playing this mode literally non-stop. It is just so fun, so addicting, doesn't affect my stat, and I can just have a great time playing a World War II Call of Duty. I did not expect to like this game mode so much. I didn't expect to like the game period this much. There still is a lot of improvements that could be made, but for now I'm having actually a pretty decent time, which was probably the shock of my fall. But anyways, there's some other games I want to play. I am going to be playing some more 2K18. I'm taking a little bit of a break from it because honestly, like over the past week, I've tried to get into games and I've waited like 45 minutes and I'm just like, this is a waste of my time. You got these dudes out here on their cell phones looking at your stats and looking at your record and all sorts of other BS. As we all know, these players are always perfect. They never make mistakes, and it's basically everybody else's responsibility to have a perfect player so that you can earn a spot on their squad and play in the presence of their greatness. Call of Duty World War II has been a really kind of fascinating experience, and it's really brought me back to the series. I'm actually really enjoying it, and I don't know if it's always going to be this hot, but for right now, I'm really having a good time. Just wanted to make a video talking a little bit about Call of Duty World War II and kind of giving you guys an update of what's going on in my life and why I'm not posting as much. I do plan on getting back onto some sort of reasonable schedule once my time becomes more available. So anyways, I hope you guys dug the video. If you did, please remember to rate and subscribe. I will be back, and until next time, this is Spearfield 7. See y'all later.